Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 777 Television, your home for everything Matrix encryption, and I'm your host, Cryptic Creations. Today we're going to give you a demonstration of how to use our patented encryption service. In order to follow along, you need to have already created an account, so if you have not done that yet, I recommend going back and watching our tutorial on how to register an account. If necessary, you may just be able to figure it out yourself. Nevertheless, we assume you already have an account. We are going to encrypt using the Custom Codex because, see, you have the choice between the factory codex and any custom codex. We're not going to go into the math of how many custom codices are possible. I mean, suffice it to say there are approximately 81 factorial, which is a number with 120 digits, and so there are a lot of custom codices that are possible, and the one that was disclosed in my patent we call the factory codex. And we're going to use, for our custom codex, the inverse of the factory codex. What do I mean by the inverse? I simply mean the factory codex in reverse order. 81 characters. We're going to copy them and take them over here to where the custom codex will reside, and that is here. Paste. The counter tells us that we have 81 characters. We can look at that more in detail later. All the fail safes that we have in place there. So there it is, the inverse factory codex. So let's go home and encrypt. Here's our choice to use the factory codex or custom. We're using custom. Here it is. We confirm. And here we are. We can see that it says our custom codex has been activated. We need a message that's no longer than 300 characters in length. Well, we happen to have a message already for us. It is here. We will copy it. It comes from this philosophy article. I chose a little excerpt about the principle of sufficient reason, and we will paste it here. It is 300 characters in length, and we need a 600-digit key. We're going to use the digits of pi. We only need the first 600 digits of pi behind the decimal. And we have that here. So we're going to copy the first 600 digits of pi. That's our key. That's our example key. We paste, and we encrypt. We get our encryption. Save. We're going to save it as data. Yes. Now come here to the data file, and there it is, 601 characters. And so, okay, so let's quickly prove that only the codex that was used and the key that was used in combination will properly decrypt this encrypted data. So we're going to go to Decrypt. Let's use the factory codex. Okay, we're going to paste the encryption in there. We're going to grab the key. We can actually just grab from here. Copy, paste, and let's see what happens. Will we be able to read the information? This is the correct key, but it's the wrong codex. Will this work? No, it doesn't work. We can't read it. Let's try again. Go decrypt. Now let's use the correct codex. Go back and grab the encryption. The encryption is here. Copy. Paste. So now we have the correct codex. Let's use the wrong key. Let's just use a totally random, some other key down here. So copy, paste. Again, correct codex, incorrect key. Will this work? Will we be able to read the information? No, we cannot read the information. All right, let's go for third time's the charm. Decrypt. We need to use the same codex that was used to encrypt the data. To decrypt it, confirm the codex, go back and grab the encryption, copy. Alright, so there's the encryption. We're using the inverse factory codex, and we're going to use the first 600 digits of pi behind the decimal. Copy and paste. Grand finale, will we be able to read the information? Yes, we will. And so this says that the earliest statement of the principle of sufficient reason in Spinoza's writings appears in his 1663 geometrical exposition of Descartes' Principles of Philosophy. The 11th axiom of part 1 of the book states, "Nothing exists of which it cannot be asked, what is the cause or reason why it exists?" All right, and you can save this. We're going to save this as data dot. Yes. And so now it exists on my computer right there. And essentially that concludes the demonstration. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.